I would mention several points. First of all, we have a very unique history and legacy, as the film clip that was Anna showed at the beginning demonstrated. It started with the ambulance drivers nearly 100 years ago. And while this seems like ancient history, what is surprising is how that history or the legacy of the drivers still resonates with students of today. And why is that? Because in a time of world crisis and conflict, there were a group of people who were pursuing peaceful objectives and stuck to it. And I think that message of pursuing peace, even at times of war or conflict, is one of the things that is part of the DNA of this organization and resonates even today with students. A second aspect, I would say, is that it's volunteer-based. There are other exchange programs that are volunteer-based, but not many. And for us, this has been a very important part of our culture because it gets many people involved. We are not dealing with an exchange of a student to a school and back again. Through the volunteer activities and the volunteer base, we recognized early on in this organization that to have this be of tremendous value, we need a multiplier effect. And the multiplier effect is that not only is it the student, but it's the student's family, it's the host family, it's the school, it's the community, it's the support network that builds up around the student that makes this an exchange between countries as much as an exchange is between individuals. And I think that's extraordinarily important. Another attribute that sets AFS apart is the diversity. AFS, I believe, is currently in more countries by far than any other exchange program that currently exists. We are formally in 49 countries, but when you talk about the exchanges that our partners have with other countries that are not formal AFS partners, the number of countries in which there are AFS programs currently operated is 88 around the world. That is probably double, at least, the number that any other exchange program of which I'm aware offers. Not only that is that we do have an emphasis on socioeconomic diversity. We do that through scholarships that are generated either at the partner level or at the international level. Frankly, we do not have enough. We do not have enough socioeconomic diversity, but it is a priority, and that's important to us. Another point I would say is that the quality of the support that AFS provides through its volunteer network is, again, extremely important. Through our volunteers and our staff members in offices around the world, we provide orientations, we provide support, we monitor the progress of the students, relocate them when that is necessary, and have historically had a support network that is superior to any other program. In fact, it has not been uncommon at all, at least in the United States, for other exchange programs, when they have problems, the school calls AFS. And even if they're there on another program, it's the AFS volunteer who helps sort it out. And I think that that is a tradition and part of what AFS stands for. The last point I would mention is the emphasis on intercultural learning. We all have talked a lot about that today, and I think we understand that intercultural learning is an important part of any exchange program. I think that it is extraordinarily valuable for an individual to find himself or herself, to learn to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, which is a key to any relationship, and to understand that peoples of wherever they come from, whatever ethnic, religious, racial, cultural background they come from, they all have the same basic needs. That is, they are devoted to their families, they want food, they want housing, they want clothing, and they do it in different ways. And learning that there are different ways to do things, and some may be better than yours, and some may be more fun than yours, is part of learning to become a global citizen. And in this age, that is going to be extraordinarily important, I think, in breaking down barriers, so that any exchange program, I think, will offer some of that. But I think because of AFS's emphasis on intercultural learning as a key component and the development of materials to disseminate to schools so that schools will be able to incorporate that into their learning curricula are all very important steps. Many exchange programs offer some of these attributes. I don't think any of them offer all of them, and I think that's one of the things that makes AFS unique.